Good evening, this is the Northern Sun Experience. I'm your host, David Brown, and we have plenty of highlights from Week 2 of this fall season, which is a perfect follow-up to an amazing Week 1 of football. We had everything from a revenge win for Minnesota State, a record performance from Minot State's Josh Mikas, and 2 double-digit fourth-quarter comebacks. So we'll start this show with another wild finish from right here in Sioux Falls. Minnesota Duluth came to town to play Augustana at Kirkby-Over Stadium. We'll actually start these highlights in the fourth. Vikings down 6-3, but Trey Hyde goes for it all, and Grant Gebhardt gets it all. 44-yard touchdown. The extra point was bobbled, but Augie has the lead 9-6. After a UMD 3-and-out, Vikings strike again. This time it's Matt Gary in the back of the end zone. 2 quick TD strikes, the extra point good this time, and Augie's up 16-6 midway through the fourth. But the Bulldogs would come back. 5.5 to go, and it's Drew Bauer to Bo Bofferding. Alliteration is always awesome, and that's a tubular touchdown from 10 yards out. Cuts the lead to 16-13. UMD forces a 3-and-out and drives down the field, where Andrew Breeze, not Drew, but Andrew Breeze, hits a 27-yard field goal. We go to overtime, tied at 16. In the extra frame, Bauer decides to take it himself on the QB keeper. Nice spin move for the 6-yard score. Bulldogs up 23-16, and now it's Augie's turn. Trey Hyde, under some pressure, just throws it up, and Matt Heller gets 1 foot down. 23-22, and the Vikings can send it to double OT, but Lucas Wainman on for the extra point, and it doinks off the left upright. The kick is no good, and the game is over. A heartbreaker for Augustana, and an escape for Minnesota Duluth. Bulldogs top the Vikings 23-22. In another shootout, University of Mary made the long trek to Winona State. No score in the first. Watch this, a Statue of Liberty remix. Theo Burkett takes the ball and weaves his way in from 11 yards out. Warriors strike first to go up 7-0. 7-7 now, Jack Nelson on the play action, buys some time, runs to his right, and hits Justin Bergeron, who outleaps his defender and dives into the end zone 53 yards, 14-7 Winona State. Second quarter now, Mary on the move. Ben Joliffe to Myron Baldaz McCarn. His name is my name too. 26-yard strike. We're tied at 14. Later in the second, more play action from Nelson. Threads the needle to Alex Jensen from 14 yards out. 21-14 Winona. It's now 28-14 in the third quarter, and special teams would come through for the Marauders. LB Pope is looking absolutely miraculous on this 85-yard punt return, cutting the lead to 28-21. It's 35-28 now, Mary trying for the equalizer, but Joliffe's pass is picked off by Andrew Spencer, returns at 36 yards to the house, 42-28 at that point, and Winona wins an 11 total touchdown affair, 42-34. Let's head to St. Cloud. Huskies hosting Wayne State, but the Wildcats hit first. Zach Osborne to Adam Stark, 60 yards, 6-0 Wayne. Huskies strike back. Nate Meyer on the 1-yard QB keeper, and we're tied at 6. Second quarter now 9-6 St. Cloud, and Kenneth Walker barrels his way in from 5 yards out. 16-6 Huskies at halftime. Third quarter now, St. Cloud running on all cylinders and running all sorts of players. That's backup QB Jamison Parsons taking it in. 23 unanswered from the Huskies. But Wayne State would hang around for a bit. Tyler Johnson gets it off the play action, cutting the lead to 23-12. But the running game from St. Cloud State was just too much. Another touchdown for Walker, and the Huskies top the Wildcats 43-20. A battle of Minnesota States as Mankato visited Moorhead. This is Andy Pfeiffer taking it in from 26 yards. Mavs already up 27-zip. Dragons trying to keep it close. Jake Hodge to Corey Ambrose for the 15-yard score. That cuts the lead to 20, but the Mavs were simply too much. Nick Piracini to Dorian Buford from 24 yards away. 41-7 Minnesota State. Backup QB Ricky Lloyd is now in, and he finds Buford from 21 yards out. 7 catches, 117 yards, and 4 touchdowns for the Missouri State transfer, and Minnesota State is all over MSU Moorhead, 69-13. Well, when we come back, the rest of the football slate in the NSIC, including a touchdown pass from one quarterback to himself.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Let's take a look at the rest of the football slate from Saturday. Now, we started the last segment with one Sioux Falls school losing a heartbreaker. So how would the other Sioux Falls school, USF, do in their first road game of the year? Let's head to Bemidji to find out and check in on the Cougars taking on the Beavers in our Midcoast Sports Network HD Game of the Week. First quarter, USF gets right to work. Nephi Garcia goes in from 3 yards out. Cougs score on their opening drive to take a 7-0 lead. And Garcia wasn't done. Later in the first, he runs into his own lineman, but uses that momentum to drive forward, spin, and put it on cruise control. 64 yards to pay dirt. A fantastic run from the senior. 14-0 USF. It's 17-zip in the second when the Cougar defense steps up. The pass is bobbled and picked off by David Clark, who returns it 40 yards to the house. One of 3 defensive scores for the Cougs on the day. They improved to 2-0 with a 52-19 win over Bemidji State.
Real proud of how our defense is swarming right now and creating turnovers, and that's kind of what we wanted to get a defensive touchdown, and we got a few tonight, so proud of them for that.
Northern State and Concordia St. Paul each looking for their first wins, facing each other Saturday. That's Darius Chapes taking it in from 13 yards out to tie the game at 7. Northern makes a field goal to make it 10-7, but with just seconds to go in the half, Jared Russo, the fade to Cordell Smith, 14-10 Golden Bears at the break. Second half, Wolves regain the lead. Jared Jacobson, the shovel pass to Steven Erlinson, and Buddy get out of the way. 17-14 Northern State. Then watch this. Russo's going to have his pass batted at the line, but he catches the deflection and runs it in. Shades of Brad Johnson with the 97 Vikings, 21-17 Concordia. But Russo would cost his team later. He is picked off by Joe Parsley, who's got plenty of sage, rosemary, and always plenty of time. 80-yard pick 6, and that is your difference maker. Northern State gets the win, 28-21. Minnesota Crookston was at Southwest Minnesota State. That's Tyler Tonderum with the 3-yard run, cutting the Golden Eagle lead to 20-13. Later in the second quarter, it's Charlie Kern on the QB keeper for the Mustangs, who nod things at 20 after falling behind early. And the Mustangs would take control in the second half. Kern rolls to his right, finds Adam Olson for the 14-yard score, 39-23 SMSU. And just for good measure, the defense would shut down any attempt at a Crookston comeback. Casey Hertz brings the pain, and he brings the football back the other way. 40-yard pick 6, and the Mustangs bury the Golden Eagles 56-31. Lastly, we head to North Dakota for Minot State hosting Upper Iowa. Peacock tailback Chris Smith will let nothing stand in his way, not even the ref. He takes it 45 yards to pay dirt, 7-0 Peacocks. Later in the first, Cole Jaschke fakes the throw on the handoff to Smith, who runs 13 yards for his second score of the day, 14-0 Upper Iowa. 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and there's no fake in this throw from Jaschke. Play-action pass in stride to Keaton Hosh, 68 yards to the house, 21-zip Peacocks after 1. And the Birds would keep on flying in the second quarter. This time it's Evan Dorniak in the backfield. He takes it in from 6 yards out, and the route was on. Jaschke continues to work the play action, 39 yards to Shea Gutman, and the Peacocks knock down Minot State's Beaver Dam 49-3. Here's a look ahead to this Saturday, and we start with a couple of undefeated teams versus a couple of winless teams. 0-2 Minot State travels to 2-0 Minnesota State, while 2-0 Winona State takes on the winless Golden Eagles from Minnesota Crookston. MSU Moorhead is at Wayne State, and Concordia St. Paul is at University of Mary to round out the afternoon schedule. Later in the day, a couple of 1-1 teams meet when Augustana takes on Northern State. It's our Midcoast Sports Network HD Game of the Week. Southwest Minnesota State is at Minnesota Duluth, Bemidji State's at Upper Iowa, and the best matchup record-wise of the day is St. Cloud State visiting the University of Sioux Falls. When we come back, we'll take you around the pitch as Minnesota State takes a big step towards some national recognition. You're watching the Northern Sun Experience.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midcoast Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back. Minnesota State soccer was the preseason favorite in the NSIC, and the Mavericks backed up that ranking in non-conference play last week, notching a pair of road victories in Oklahoma. The ladies opened up conference play at home against Concordia St. Paul last Thursday. No score in the first half, but just 24 seconds into the second half, the Mavs get on the board. Dana Savino notches her first goal of the season past Emma Gardner. Minnesota State up 1-0. 12 minutes later, the preseason player of the year lives up to her reputation. Corey Cronforce gets her third goal of the season, and now it's 2-0. And just 2 minutes after that, Savino strikes again, dribbles it up and fires her second goal of the afternoon. Minnesota State tops Concordia 3-0, and then on Sunday the Mavs top the defending national champions from Grand Valley State 1-0. A 4-0 start to the year as head coach Brian Ball excited about what's ahead.
Oh, it feels great. You know, obviously Grand Valley's got a tremendous program and years and years of tradition and success, and to you know, capitalize on an opportunity to knock them off. You know, they're a tremendous program, tremendous team. So we're extremely happy and proud of our girls for the way they battled and competed today.
Winona State also hoping to stay undefeated as they battled Upper Iowa. That's Meon Bolton scoring just 2 minutes into the game, 1-0 Warriors. 23rd minute now, Shauna Rodman centers it for Darian Moulter, who slides it through. Warriors now up 2-0. And that was more than enough for keeper Rachel Olesen. One of her 4 saves right here. Winona gets the 2-0 win and also starts the season 4-0. Augustana took on Wayne State on Thursday. That's Samantha Timkowitz with Das Boot to give the Vikings a 2-0 lead. 57th minute now, Kirsten Smith with some nifty moves to get a wide open net and the goal. And then finally, it's Samantha Arnold with some nifty moves around Wayne State defenders. She had 2 goals and an assist in just 28 minutes. Augie takes this one 4-0 over the Wildcats. On Sunday, Duluth hosted St. Cloud State. This is Sheridan Reimers with the cross pass, and check out the backheel goal by Maureen Stormont. Just 1:17 into the game and already a highlight reel play. 19th minute now, Stormont scores in a more conventional way, lining it up and firing from the right side, her second goal of the game. And the Bulldogs would add one more for good measure. 38th minute, Hannah Keel the corner kick, and Riley Allen is going to get the header. Minnesota Duluth tops St. Cloud State 3-0. While conference play started for volleyball last week, 3 NSIC schools went west for the Colorado Premier Challenge. We'll start with the national favorite Concordia, who took on Florida Southern on Friday. First set, Golden Bears with the serve, Southern responds, but Riley Hansen with the easy kill. Later in the set, Casey Williams finds a soft spot in the Southern D right in the middle of the floor for the point. They'd be tied 2-2 with Southern into the 5th set, but in that final frame, Williams sets up Anna Schlock off the block for the win. Concordia takes a nail-biter 3-2. They went 3-1 overall on the weekend. The host school, Metro State, took on Southwest Minnesota State. Sarah Parker will set up Abby Thyssen for the kill. Mustangs take an early lead in the first set. This time, it's Parker taking care of business on her own with the quick throwdown. And finally, the Mustangs show a little bit of D. Brooke Borchardt and Claire Sames there for the block. SMSU won all 3 sets 25-23 for the 3-0 sweep. They went 3-1 overall on the weekend as well. And the home school took on another NSIC counterpart in Minnesota Duluth. Ashley Hinch will set up Monica Turner for the kill. Turner would be the star of the weekend. More on that a bit later. Next up is Sydney Mock, who comes in from the right side for the kill. And finally, Hinch keeps it herself and dumps it in. UMD sweeps Metro 3-0. Now, earlier in the day, the Bulldogs took on Tampa University. Off the Spartan setup, Mock and Mandy Sarowan get the double block to give UMD an early lead. Later, it's Ashley Hinch setting up her teammate Katie Ledwell for the kill. But as I mentioned earlier, the star was Monica Turner. She was named the ACVA D2 Player of the Week. UMD would lose to Tampa 3-1, but congrats to Turner for her performance, and the loss is actually just fine for Duluth head coach Jim Booz.
This is exactly what we wanted. We wanted to be tested, we wanted to be pushed. I think coming out of here with a loss is going to be helpful because it really exposes what you got to get better at. We saw 4 very different teams who did things in different ways and had different offenses that made you really have to work, and so it's really great preparation for the start of the conference year.
Meanwhile, back in the land of the Northern Sun, it was Northern State hosting its own volleyball tournament. We've got highlights from a couple of the matches, including St. Cloud State taking on Minot State. Off the Beavers serve, Aaron Oleman sets up Macy Weller, who drops it in. Huskies with the early lead, and if it worked once, why not do it again? Oleman to Weller once more, St. Cloud up 7-2. Later, more great play off of serves. Oleman to Caitlin Doty this time, and the Huskies sweep this match 3-0. But how would they fare against the host school Northern State? Well, not as well. Drew Smith sets up Tori Biak on the outside for the kill. Later, it's the preseason player of the year, Kelsey Chambers, working in tandem with Smith. The rebound deflects out, and the point goes to Northern. The Wolves win this match 3-0 and actually swept the weekend, winning all 12 of their sets. When we come back, our spotlight turns on Minot State, where student athletes from across the globe have taken on challenges on and off the field.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Every week we highlight one of the institutions representing the NSIC with something we like to call Under the Northern Sun. This week we feature Minot State, where new facilities and a welcoming atmosphere bring in students from all over the world.
Hi, I'm Kurt Miller, host of Minot State's Inside Access. We try to give our students the best experience here on Minot State's campus, but don't take it from me, take it from a few of our student athletes.
I think that out of all the schools that we visited, I think that Minot State has some of the best facilities out of the NSIC, and we have great staff and faculty, and it really creates a good environment to go to school here. We have a brand new wrestling room, just got a new weight room, and it's great workout facilities.
Being a student athlete has really been the best experience of my life so far. I get to play a sport I love and meet a bunch of truly amazing people through the game of golf and also through university and my education. The opportunities I've had here at Minot State are really way above and beyond anything I ever imagined possible. I've had the opportunity to get involved in undergraduate organic chemistry research, and I've been able to present that really all over the nation. I've had the opportunity to go to Philadelphia, Dallas, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and we even had a meeting at the White House.
I love the campus. It's a small campus. We have a great sense of community here. Everybody's supportive of each other, you know, whether that be school or athletic programs. You know, it's a great feel around campus.
Being from Minot and having Minot State here, I visited and I liked what they had going for it, and the head coach at the time said they had a lot of new upgrades coming with the new turf, new stadium, new press box, and with all the other new remodeling of the buildings at Minot State, I felt like it would be a really great experience if I came to Minot State.
I liked the fact that they were affiliated with Trinity, and their radiology program is pretty well known across the country. Minot also gave me the opportunity to compete at a Division II level in a sport that I enjoyed throughout high school.
Well, it may not be baseball season in the NSIC, but a couple of former major leaguers hit up St. Cloud last week. Dana Kicker and Jim Eisenreich came back for the Huskies' annual baseball golf outing, and here are some words from them about their time at St. Cloud State.
To this day, I'm very proud whenever I put on the St. Cloud State hat or sweatshirt. Was fortunate enough to get drafted and played with the Boston Red Sox. Gave me an opportunity to play Major League Baseball, which was something I wanted to do all my life. But at the same time, I got a great education, a great business degree, and right now I'm a sales manager, finishing up my 22nd year at UPS.
It means the world to me because, you know, where I got my start. Came to school and I just expected to be a student, and you know, baseball was a kind of an extracurricular activity, and it turned into my job, my career, just a lifetime of experiences, and you know, that's where it all started, was right here.
When we come back, the top plays from the second week of the season. It's DB's Picks, my top 5, next.
The Northern Sun Experience on Midco Sports Network is presented by CU Mortgage Direct LLC, Sanford Health, and Dakota Land Honda.
Welcome back to the Northern Sun Experience. Let's honor the best of the past week with DB's Picks, my top 5 plays of the previous week in the NSIC. At number 5, we head to Minot State, where the Beavers tried to build a dam, but could not stop Upper Iowa's Chris Smith. He let no one get in his way on this run, including the ref, who, as you saw, took quite the tumble. The Peacocks get a 49-3 victory, and Chris Smith lands at number 5. At number 4, we head to Duluth, where Maureen Stormont is a scoring machine, but this backheel kick may be the slickest goal of all. The preseason Offensive Player of the Year helped Duluth to a win over St. Cloud State, and showed how, as a Bulldog, she's got plenty of new tricks. Stormont's heel turn checks in at number 4. For number 3, we head west to Minnesota in Bemidji, where another Beaver team tried building a dam, but Sioux Falls' Nephi Garcia found a way around it, using his blockers, spinning through the clutter, and turning on the Jets. 134 rushing yards on the day, 64 on this play alone for Garcia, as he led the Coup to a 52-19 win over Bemidji State. There was a tough choice between number 2 and number 1, but I'm giving the second slot to Concordia St. Paul's Jared Russo for this Brad Johnson flashback. The pass is deflected at the line, but he catches it and goes in for the score. Now that play itself is great, but it's only at number 2 because it comes in a losing effort. A pick 6 later in the game sealed Concordia's fate as they lost 28-21 to Northern State. So our number 1 play of the week comes from Winona State quarterback Jack Nelson and running back Theo Burkett with the Statue of Liberty remix, if you will. Nelson with the sleight of hand to give the ball to Burkett, who weaves his way 11 yards in for the touchdown. That was the first score of the game, but it certainly wasn't the last. 11 total touchdowns between Winona State and the University of Mary as the Warriors topped the Marauders 42-34 in a shootout. Nevertheless, despite the quantity of scoring plays, this one was definitely quality. Nelson to Burkett is our number 1 play for the second week of the fall season. And once again, a thank you to all of our NSIC member schools for contributing their time and video to make this show happen. For all of us at Midcoast Sports Network and for all of our schools, I'm David Brown, and I will NSI see you next week.